2026, audiences around the world will witness the rise, the art, and the mystery of the man known as the King of Pop, Michael Jackson. For decades, fans have asked for a definitive portrait, not just of the performer who changed music forever, but of the person behind the moonwalk. And now, that story is finally coming to the big screen. This is Michael, the new long-awaited biopic that promises to capture the brilliance and complexity of the most influential entertainer in music history. From a small house in Gary, Indiana, to the glittering lights of global stardom, Michael Jackson's journey was anything but ordinary. Directed by acclaimed filmmaker Antoine Fuqua, written by John Logan, and produced by Graham King, Michael aims to chronicle that incredible transformation in breathtaking cinematic detail.
Q, can you lower the lights for me, please?
Okay, but remember, in here, keep those feet still, my man.
This is not just a film, it's a retelling of a phenomenon. The idea for a Michael Jackson biopic had been circulating for years. After the success of Bohemian Rhapsody, producer Graham King, known for bringing Freddie Mercury's story to life, began searching for the right creative team to tell Michael's. He found that in Antoine Fuqua, the visionary director behind Training Day and The Equalizer. Fuqua said in an interview, "I want to tell the truth about the artist, the man, the mystery, the good, the bad, and the beautiful." Together with screenwriter John Logan, they began building what would become one of the most ambitious musical biopics ever attempted. In early 2023, the world was stunned by the casting announcement. The role of Michael Jackson would be played by none other than his nephew, Jafar Jackson, the son of Jermaine Jackson. With his uncanny resemblance and shared DNA, Jafar brought authenticity few actors could match. But this was no easy inheritance. For nearly 2 years, Jafar trained in dance, voice, and physical transformation, studying his uncle's movements, expressions, and speech patterns to recreate the legend faithfully. "I want to honor my uncle," Jafar reportedly said, "but also show the man that very few people ever really knew." Surrounding Jafar is a cast of powerhouse talent. Academy Award nominee Coleman Domingo takes on the role of Joe Jackson, Michael's complex and demanding father. Domingo described the transformation as complete, using extensive prosthetics and makeup to embody a man who shaped and sometimes haunted Michael's career. Nia Long portrays Katherine Jackson, Michael's devoted mother, while Miles Teller joins the cast as John Branca, the lawyer who helped guide Michael's business empire. Together, they form the emotional core of a story that spans from the Motown era to the world stage. Michael begins where it all started, with the Jackson 5 in Gary, Indiana. It traces Michael's early rise as a child prodigy, performing on The Ed Sullivan Show, and then breaking out as an adult solo artist in the late 1970s. From there, the story builds to his world-changing success, Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad, albums that would redefine pop music forever. But this isn't a fairy tale. The filmmakers promise to explore both the triumphs and the challenges, the pressures of fame, the toll of isolation, and the controversies that shadowed his later life. Antoine Fuqua describes it as a human story about an extraordinary soul. No Michael Jackson story could exist without the music. The film reportedly features over 30 of his most iconic songs, from Jackson 5 hits like I Want You Back, ABC, and I'll Be There, to solo classics such as Billie Jean, Beat It, Thriller, Smooth Criminal, and Man in the Mirror. Each performance is being recreated with meticulous attention to detail, using original choreography, vintage instruments, and restored stage lighting from Michael's tours. Sources close to production say the musical numbers will be filmed as full concerts, immersive and emotional, designed to pull audiences straight into Michael's world. To capture that world, cinematographer Dion Beebe, an Oscar winner for Memoirs of a Geisha, was brought on board. Beebe's lens paints Michael's life as both epic and intimate, from smoky Motown studios to the neon spectacle of the Thriller era. Production designers rebuilt entire sets from Michael's history, recording studios, 1980s stage arenas, and even replicas of the Jackson family home. Every detail, from the sparkle on his glove to the pattern of the Thriller jacket, was reconstructed using archival photos and footage. But making Michael hasn't been without challenges. In early 2025, reports surfaced that parts of the script referenced the 1993 allegations against Jackson, dramatizations that conflicted with legal settlement terms from decades ago. Because of those restrictions, entire scenes had to be rewritten, forcing weeks of reshoots and delaying the film by nearly a year. The new release date was set for April 24, 2026. Some insiders suggest the story may now be divided into two parts, the first covering Jackson's early years up to the bad era, and a second film exploring his later career and legacy. For Fuqua and the team, these changes were not setbacks, but chances to refine the story's focus, the rise of a young man who became the greatest entertainer of all time. The film's close involvement with the Jackson estate has raised eyebrows, with some critics questioning whether the portrayal will be too protective. Michael's daughter, Paris Jackson, publicly stated she had zero involvement in the film, calling parts of it dishonest. Meanwhile, fans argue that no one else could tell the story as authentically as his own family. Antoine Fuqua insists his goal is balance, to show his genius, his pain, and his humanity without judgment. Whether the film succeeds in that remains to be seen. Filming took place throughout 2024 in Los Angeles. Crew members described set days as electric, with Jafar Jackson reportedly performing every song live on set. No miming, no shortcuts. Costume designers recreated dozens of outfits spanning decades, from Jackson 5 bell-bottoms to the sharp silhouette of the Bad Tour. Fuqua's direction blends realism with spectacle, intimate close-ups mixed with sweeping IMAX visuals, echoing the grand scale of Michael's career. As production continued, anticipation only grew. In November 2025, a teaser trailer for Michael broke the internet, earning over 100 million views in 24 hours, one of the biggest trailer debuts of all time. The trailer, set to a heartbeat remix of Billie Jean, showed only flashes, a spotlight, a single white glove, and then Jafar turning, mid-spin, the crowd roaring. Fans called it goosebumps-inducing. For many, it felt like seeing Michael again. Michael Jackson's story has been told many times, through documentaries, books, and interviews. But Michael aims to do something different, to merge truth and art, using cinema to bring audiences inside his creative mind. For the filmmakers, the goal isn't just nostalgia, it's restoration. To remind the world why this artist mattered, how he changed the sound of pop, and why his influence still echoes in music, dance, and fashion today. As one producer put it, you can't tell the story of the 20th century without Michael Jackson. Throughout the film, audiences will hear new remastered versions of Michael's classics, including each track is woven into the story, symbolizing chapters of his life: joy, ambition, rebellion, and redemption. Rumor has it, even unreleased demo recordings will make subtle appearances, connecting fans to the creative process that drove Michael's perfectionism. Michael is more than a film. It's part of a larger cultural resurgence surrounding Jackson's legacy, with new documentaries, museum exhibits, and a Broadway revival of MJ the Musical. Together, they reflect a renewed curiosity about who Michael Jackson really was, not just the icon, but the man behind the myth. As one music historian put it, every generation rediscovers Michael. This film will be that rediscovery for millions. So what can audiences expect when Michael finally hits theaters in April 2026? Expect emotion. Expect controversy. Expect the magic. Expect to see a young boy from Indiana take his first steps on stage, and watch, in awe, as he becomes the most famous performer on Earth. Antoine Fuqua said the film's message is simple. Genius has a cost, but what a gift it leaves behind. In the end, Michael isn't just about fame or scandal. It's about art and the man who lived for it. It's about rhythm, resilience, and the pursuit of perfection. And above all, it's about a legacy that will never die. Michael, coming April 24th, 2026. The King of Pop returns to the big screen. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with a fellow moonwalker who needs to know about this. Michael Jackson is the King of Pop, and we need to keep his legacy alive. Thanks for watching.